But unlike your Quran, where your God does command such things, so you just buried your God. The Quran says, and the hadith say that Allah wrote the amount of adultery you must commit, and you cannot escape it, because Allah commands, written, that you will commit adultery. You want me to show you that?
Excuse me?
Your hadith, Bukhari and Muslim, say that Allah has predestined, written all the adultery you must commit, and you cannot escape it, because you must do it, because Allah decreed you must do it. Let me get you the hadith.
You got to be...
What, am I kidding? Okay, let's see if I'm kidding. Sahih Bukhari, volume 8, number 609. Here you go. I'm going to give you the link.
No, man.
No, read it. Don't go. No, don't run yet.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Don't run yet. Read this at least before you go.
Narrated Ibn Abbas, I did not see anything so resembling minor sins as what
yes. Go ahead.
Abu Hurairah said from the Prophet, who said, Allah has written for the son of Adam.
Slowly reading. Slowly. Allah has written for...
No, buddy. Watch out.
Read it. Read it. His inevitable...
Adam committed the sin in the garden.
Finish it.
And then he knows
finish
that
it. I'm going to embarrass you.
This earth.
I'm going to embarrass you because you got scared. You didn't finish it. Read it.
Allah has written for the son of Adam his inevitable share of adultery, whether he is aware of it or not.
Keep reading.
The adultery of the eye is looking at something which is sinful to look at. And the adultery of the tongue is to utter what is unlawful to utter. And the inner self wishes and longs for adultery, and the private parts turn that into reality, or refrain from submitting to the temptation.
Now read this from Sahih Muslim. Same thing. Here it is.
Okay, but that just basically means that we're...
No, it doesn't mean that. Read it. Read the hadith before you give me your explanation. Read now Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim number 6421.
Abu Hurairah reported Allah's apostle, may peace be upon him, as saying, verily Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in,
and which he of necessity must commit. There you go, buddy. Your God has fixed the adultery you must commit, and you must necessarily commit it, and you can't escape it. That's your God.
Well, what you got to understand here is that it's referring to the adultery of the eye.
Finish it. It's not just the eye. Allah predestined that you're going to commit adultery with your eye.
We're going to look at women.
Okay. Allah predestined that you're going to commit adultery with your tongue. And Allah predestined. Don't talk over me, you coward, because now you're scared. Because it says Allah also predestined the adultery you do with your parts. You see it right there?
Adultery is a sin.
And Allah has commanded you to commit that sin because He's wicked.
But what you can control...
You can't control anything if Allah has decreed that you will commit adultery. Don't tell me you can control what Allah has predestined you for. So what was that about my Bible? Your God is in the business of making you adulterous.
A man has a choice whether he's going to cheat on his wife or not.
No, not according to this. It said Allah has fixed and you must necessarily commit it.
It doesn't say that.
Okay, let me read it again. Hold on, so that everyone can see again. So you're ashamed of Allah. Abu Hurairah reported Allah's apostle as saying, verily Allah has fixed.
You're not interpreting it correctly.
Yeah, do you think you need to take a break now? I think you're tired, my friend. You can come back some other day. What do you think? We've covered enough today.
I agree, but I want to finish this very point, and then I want to close it up. Why do you think that Allah is essentially forcing people to commit adultery?
Because let me read the text again. Here, let me tell you why I think. Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in, and which he of necessity must commit. That's why.
The adultery of the eye is the lustful look, and the adultery of the tongue is the licentious speech. The heart desires and yearns, which the parts may or may not put into effect.
So exactly. Allah has even fixed whether you're going to use your parts. Allah has fixed even whether you're going to use your parts to act on the adultery or not.
Exactly.
Okay. So jihad. So if Allah has fixed that you're going to use your private part to commit adultery, that means He made you commit adultery. You're okay with that?
Well, isn't it Jesus the one who says who looks at a woman is adultery?
That's why Jesus condemned your God as Satan. Exactly. Jesus says, if you lust for a woman, you commit adultery. That means all of the Quran is not the God revealed in Jesus. All of the Quran is Satan.
Listen to this. Listen to this. When you say that Allah will force us to commit adultery with our sight, that is
not only your sight, and it just say sight.
But it just says may or may not with the private part.
Okay, so if Allah has determined that you will use your private part to then commit adultery, can you escape it? This is your final point. I'm going to hang up on you.
That's part of the free will that people
There is no free will. Stop lying. That doesn't exist in Islam. Go to chapter 4, verse 24.
Also forbidden are married women except female captives in your possession. This is God's commandment to you. Lawful to you are all beyond these, as long as you seek them with your wealth in a legal marriage, not in fornication. Give those you have consummated marriage with their due dowries. It is permissible to be mutually gracious regarding the set dowry. Surely God is all-knowing, all-wise.
So now, read to me 424 one more time.
Okay, sure.
The first part.
Also forbidden are married women except the female captives in your possession.
Are you okay with that? Because I just gave you a link. Click on Sunan Abu Dawud, number 2150 from sunnah.com, not the Christians. This is the click on it, and you see it's Sahih, sound. Read it for us. Why was this verse revealed to your prophet?
Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said, the Apostle of Allah sent a military expedition to Autas on the occasion of the Battle of Hunayn. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captives. Some of the companions of the Apostle of Allah were reluctant to have relations with the female captives because of their pagan husbands. So Allah, the Exalted, sent down the Quranic verse, and all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hand possesses. This is to say that they are lawful for them when they complete their waiting period.
Yeah, meaning to see if they're not pregnant. So let me be very honest with me. Don't lie and put on a show. So if the Muslims have a caliphate, let's say there's a legitimate Khalif, let's say, because you're waiting for the Mahdi to come. The Mahdi comes, the one that your prophet said will be from his bloodline. He'll reign for 7 years. He'll unite the Muslims. His name will be Muhammad. And then he says, Muslims, let's attack the kuffar. They come and attack your place where your father and mother are alive. They take your mother captive. According to this verse, they can have sex with your mother. Are you okay with that?
No.
Say it again?
No.
So are you okay that your prophet did it to other people's mothers and sisters and daughters at his time? You're okay with that?
No.
Okay. And you became a Muslim in light of this?
No, I didn't know about this.